So here we are. We are back. We are Learn Your Way, Work Your Way. And today I have got somebody from Work Your Way. I have got Jess. Hello, Jess. Hang on, Jess. Hang on. I didn't put your microphone up. Go on.
Hello. How are you?
I'm good. So, Jess, you have this is your first time on with me, isn't it?
Yeah, and I've been looking forward to it.
I know. You're going to be great. So we got Toby on the buttons. Yeah. Hello, Toby. Hello. All right. Yeah. Toby's been working on another radio station. He's left us for another radio station. Do you want to give it? What is it? KMF.
KMF Red Roof.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah.
Yeah, not as good as Chaos though. Wave at the cameras, everyone. Where's the camera? There it is. Look, there we go. There we all are. So, Jess, when did you start on Work Your Way?
I started in September time, and I really wanted to come to Work Your Way as I am looking for employment.
Of course you are, and that's the whole point of Work Your Way, isn't it?
Yes.
So Work Your Way, in case people don't know, are for young adults who have a SEND, which is like a learning disability or something, and who are looking to work. So they're looking to either volunteer or training or full-time, or in Jess's case, she'd like to have a paid job. And you learn everything you need to bring you into the work environment, don't you? Everything you could possibly need. So, Jess, have you enjoyed it?
I've absolutely loved it so far. It's
Fantastic.
Been amazing.
Good. You got a good group of students with you?
Yes, definitely.
That's nice. So, let's talk about... So, before you came to us, you were at Newquay Orchard, weren't you?
Yes.
So, what is Newquay Orchard for people who don't know?
Newquay Orchard project is based in Newquay by Newquay Sportsfield Centre. It is for everybody, the whole entire community.
Yeah.
It is got many different factors to it. It has got people who are looking for business, and who are wanting the place. There is voluntary opportunities. As I am one of the volunteers there, but I have been a student before then, and I have been a part of the Growing Futures.
Nice. So what's Growing Future? Can you...
The Growing Futures is for the students who want to do some growing or don't know quite what they want to do yet, whether they want to go into voluntary work or whether they want to go to Truro College, or it's just a place where you can go if you're not quite sure what you'd like to do yet.
So I'm guessing just from what you're saying that Newquay Orchard is... sorry, I'm just helping... Toby and I are just putting a little background noise on because it's much better. So I'm guessing by virtue Newquay Orchard is all about growing and horticulture and all that sort of thing. And you're quite keen on horticulture, aren't you?
I absolutely love it. What Newquay Orchard have brought to me is everything. I have grown so much in confidence. I have learned 2 years of worth of horticultural and growing of plants to doing patios. If you have been to Newquay Orchard, the terraces that were built in the summer, I was one of them who made them.
No, I hate gardening, Jess. I've got a garden that's probably twice the size of this room, and I can't stand it. I like it when it looks nice, but I cannot stand gardening. Can't bear it. What do you like about gardening? What is it that you like that's so,
It's very good for your mental health to be outside and being with the plants and the nature and your surroundings with the earth.
Yeah.
You get to feel the plants, you get to touch them.
Yeah, I agree totally.
Be within the soil. You get to have a peaceful area. And you know that you're benefiting the earth with growing new plants or trees.
Would you think about having an allotment yourself?
Yes, if one came up.
Yeah. So you live in that area, don't you, Newquay? So would you sort of grow your own veg and cook, do all that sort of thing?
Yes, if there was available plot.
I tell you what, Jess, if you grew tomatoes right now, you'd be quids in, wouldn't you? Hey, tomatoes, can't get... Hey, tomatoes, if she grew tomatoes, she'd be a millionaire, Toby. Millionaire. So how long were you at Newquay Orchard for then?
I have been there as a student for 2 years on their Growing Futures scheme, and because they didn't want to let me go, which I absolutely love because it's become like a little second home to me there.
Yeah, of course, yeah, that's nice.
I am now become on the voluntary team and doing volunteering there.
Nice.
Doing whatever the orchard needs to be improving on, whether that's building at the moment a raised bed.
Okay,
at the moment
what's that?
we've been...
I can guess, it's a flower bed that's off the ground. Yeah.
So we've been working on that. We've been working on making sure the polytunnels are tidy. The harvest is going really well.
Yeah.
Because there's not just the orchard at Newquay, they've got a separate little one as well, which is slowly growing as the CC place. And that is for anybody who's in a community who would like fresh vegetables.
Nice.
That is not from the supermarkets.
Yeah. So you're a great advert for them.
And
Really
that
good.
is near Springfield's Pony Centre.
Do you want to say a little bit of a big up for some of the staff?
I absolutely love Gemma Lurie,
Yeah.
if she is listening in, and probably will do. I love the whole entire team, Amelia to Matt Camps to Alex, who's been helping me recently with business, to Steph, who's just helped me yesterday on business.
Nice. So they're helping you get a business together. We're going to talk about that in a minute. We're going to play your first song. So your first song you chose was Bruno Mars. Why did you choose this song?
I chose Bruno Mars is because he's quite upbeat, he's
Yeah.
funky, and he's happy,
Yeah.
and he likes to make everybody be uplifted.
Yeah, he likes it. Right, Toby, let's have Bruno Mars, mate. Let's have him. Hello, so it's Claire back with Work Your Way this week, and we've got lovely Jess and Toby doing the buttons. Toby, who's defected to KMW or something. Yeah, we'll have words about that later, Toby. So you've explained to us what Newquay Orchard is, and that's really interesting. Sounds like an absolutely fantastic
And I would
project.
just like to say that if anybody is looking for a place at the moment, I definitely recommend Work Your Way and to go to the Orchard. They are both definitely valuable, very
Nice.
amazing places.
I didn't pay her that. I didn't pay her to say that. So, I genuinely didn't. So, Newquay Orchard sounds fabulous. And you're still with Newquay Orchard there. Now, I believe they're helping you with a business course. Is that right? Do you want to tell us about that?
So I am doing mermaiding, and that
We'll come back to that.
a thing. But at the moment they are helping me to set it up, and I have been doing yesterday finance to how do you put together your own business to be self-employed.
Yeah. Because it's not that easy, is it? You've got to have tax and national insurance, and you've got to do your accounts, and you've got to have liability insurance, and because I guess you're doing mermaids, and it's in the sea, you've got to have special insurance because it's straight. Yeah. So what sort of things are they helping you with? So give me an example of something you might do. You've done recently on the business course. Learn to do.
Yesterday I was looking up how to budget and how costs of getting everything.
Yeah.
So if you get paid certain amount of money, how do you take all the things that you need?
Yeah.
And what does it actually leave you with?
Budgeting is a fantastic skill that I don't have. You wait and see. If you think you've got this amount of money, and then you go and buy things that you shouldn't buy, next thing you go, you've got no money left. That's my idea of budgeting. So right now it's payday. I'm very wealthy. I'm very happy. Week's time, I won't be quite so good. What? So the business you'd like to do, if you could have anything you wanted, your ideal is to have be a self-employed mermaid,
which is basically under an entertainer.
Okay.
If you look at it in that perspective,
yes,
we come under the entertainer.
Yeah. So tell me what that would be. What would you do? What would your business be?
My business would be to go and do birthday parties for people who are looking for a child's birthday party.
Yeah.
So I'd love to have a mermaid
to
create a bit of magic for them.
Yeah.
And to say hello.
Yeah.
And do some conservation talk a little bit. Or to do a bit of face glitter and make everything fantasy.
Yeah. Hey, I know what I was going to say to you there. I was thinking about it when I knew you were coming on today. I was just having a little Google around like you do. And actually, did you know that mermaids were actually not very nice? They were sirens that used to call the sailors lure them into the sea, didn't they, to kill them? They were sirens of the sea. But over the years, in modern times, they've become a really lovely thing, and everybody loves a mermaid. But back in the day, they were they were sirens of the sea.
There is a new show that has just come out on Disney Plus, if anybody would like to watch it, called Siren.
Yeah.
And it is not just about the pretty side of mermaids,
Yeah.
it is the evil side of
They
them.
were evil, weren't they? Some of them were really
it
bad.
shows the conservation and why they're having to come up onto land.
Yeah, yeah.
And there's a main lady called Rin who is the main one, and it's how she has to learn the human ways and become friends with.
And is that what inspired you?
No, not quite.
What inspired you? So how did you, Jess, from Newquay, get into mermaids?
I had found out, I was on YouTube looking, and I have found this amazing lady, which I'll give a shout out to. It's called the Magic Crafter. She is from Michigan in America. She has her own YouTube, Instagram, and Facebook, if anybody is interested. And over a year, I had been watching her videos because she is very good. She is a gothic-y mermaid, and she does it.
Hey, stop you there. Explain. Gothic-y mermaid. What does that mean?
She wears a silver, like she has silver hair.
All right, so more like dark, like yeah. Not all lovely colours. Yeah,
no,
yeah, I get
she
you.
wears black tops and she has a black and purple tail. They are her main theme
Okay,
colours.
got it, boss. Got it. Just needed to know, didn't we? We need a definition. Yeah.
So that's why I say by gothic-y, it's dark and
bit of an emo mermaid.
That's who got me interested, and I'd been watching her videos, and then I was like, okay, I can save up my money and get a tail.
Nice.
To be able to get it, which is a fabric tail, which I'll also explain more. There are two different types. But my tail wasn't the greatest, and I will talk to you more in depth about this because there is a lot of safety that we have to go
so
into.
let's we'll go back to that. So you got into that's how you got into mermaids. So what made you think that there was a business to be made being a mermaid and children's parties and stuff like that?
I've been watching her videos.
Okay.
And she goes around doing birthday parties to events.
Okay, you've seen it done, yeah.
And I thought, well, there is something that could be done here for
especially
down in Cornwall.
Yeah,
because we're by the sea, there's Porth, there's every beach you can think of around Newquay. And there's not just that, you've got the swimming pools as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
In the hotels.
Absolutely. So, I think we're going to play another song. And then that will give us time to regroup here. So what have you chosen this time? Born to be Wild by
Born
Steppenwolf.
to Be
That's
Wild.
a bit of an old rocker song. How come you like that?
The reason
Dad.
why,
I bet it's your dad.
Yeah. Because I'm like in between new songs and that, because I'm in between like generations. I'm not like the oldest, but I'm not the youngest.
Yeah.
So I listen to both.
Yeah,
I
and
can
you
listen
just
to
like
the
this
old
one.
stuff and I can listen to the new.
All right. Well, off you go, Toby. Steppenwolf. Keep it chaos. Here we are again. Work your way. We got Toby on the buttons. Yeah. We got Jess, our interviewee. Jess has been talking about being a mermaid. So just to recap, so you're doing a business course at Newquay Orchard. You would love to be business as a little mermaid, kind of going to kiddies parties and stuff like that. So you've got your business, you've got your insurance, you've learnt about budgeting. So I'm guessing a major part of it is you've got to look like a mermaid.
Yes.
So you can't really be a mermaid if you don't look the part. So how do you go about that, Jess?
You have to get basically do a mind map of possibly like the ideas for your colours.
Okay.
And that kind of thing.
So would you go with the colour you like best? So if you're a blue girl,
yeah. I've gone for 3 different colours.
Yeah.
For 3 different characters, as you might want to put it. I have got Sapphire, which is my blue one, as if you can see.
And the mermaid's called Sapphire.
My character.
The character,
yeah.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
So my character is called Sapphire, but I have also got Spirit as a separate one, and I've got Amber as another separate one.
Right. So Sapphire, I'm guessing, is green.
Blue.
Sorry. Sapphire.
Blue and white.
Yeah.
And then I've got a gothic-y one, which is purple and skeleton-y.
Ooh, creepy mermaid.
And then I've got Amber, which is like nice autumny colours.
Yeah, nice. And do they all have different personalities?
Yes. Sapphire is lovely to chat to, and Spirit is a bit more. How do you want to put it?
Wild.
bit more wild. She's got a bit more of a cheeky side to her.
Yeah, mischievous.
Mischievous side to her. If you see her in the sea, she might flip a tail to get you wet.
Yeah, I get it.
And with Amber, she's a lovely, kind, and wants to tell you all about the autumn and what's coming of the seasons.
So, how do you go about making a costume? What would walk me through what a costume would be like?
So, the first thing you have to look at is the main part, which is your tails.
Tail, of course. You can't be a mermaid without a tail, can you?
There is a thing on tails, by the way, that we will be talking about. But your main one, for company-wise, I would definitely recommend is Thin Folk, basically, and also Mare Taylor. They are both in America.
Wow.
But
so there is actual firms that make
tails.
Tails. Wow, who knew?
And they are fabric tails, but they don't just do fabric tails. They do silicone, which is a type of rubber.
Yeah.
To make it more realistic.
Yeah. I'm guessing they're super expensive.
Yes, you are looking at a very high amount, of course.
Of course you are.
The fabric ones are a bit more cheaper, but if you want the full
they don't look the same.
Yeah.
Not quite so good, because fabric, when it gets wet, is going to go all out of shape, innit, and stuff like that.
It doesn't go out of shape as much, but it just
doesn't look the same.
Not quite, but it does look very real.
So would you, if you got the money and everything like that, you'd go neoprene
if I had a lovely massive
you'd go
job,
silicone. Yeah.
If you had a really good paid job one day, then getting in the money.
Anyone
for
out
it.
there wants to sponsor our Jess to get a silicone neoprene tail? You know what to do. Here we are. What? So you got your tail.
Yep, which you get from they are the two main companies, which I will definitely shout out to.
Can I ask you a personal question about your disability?
Yes.
How will wearing a tail affect your leg?
I have cerebral palsy, which doesn't really affect me because it is a very mild version.
Yeah. But you've got a leg that it could cause problems being in a tail all day, surely.
It does make it ache, but not really.
Not too bad.
No, I can swim, I can stay on land, and it doesn't affect me.
I didn't mean to be rude. It's just I thought, if being in a tail sort of enclosed would be hard enough, let alone if you've got a cerebral palsy. I just was interested to know.
It's very comfy, but they are very
Brilliant.
comfy.
That's fantastic. Do you know, that's what I like about you, Jess? You're not going to let any disability get in the way, and that's what we like to hear.
It's something that I really wanted to do with mermaiding, and it's never stopped me. I'm at Nuki Orchard. I do what I do, and I help them out. Yes, I do have to have a stop and a break.
Yeah, of course,
but I do what I do, and I'm here as also kind of an inspiration.
Yeah.
I used to be in a wheelchair. I have now been able to walk.
Yeah, and you drive nearly.
Yes, I have got a Motability car which I am learning to drive in.
Which
has got the steering ball on it, and it has now got the clutch. Instead of it is an automatic with a brake and accelerator, but they can be swapped around. So because I have cerebral palsy on my left side, the accelerator can drop down to my left side, but if somebody normally was driving it without a disability, it will flip back up and come back down to the right.
And you know what else, Toby? She's trying to persuade her dad to let it pay for her to be painted in mermaid colours. What a surprise!
It is actually electric blue.
Oh, you've done it!
It's electric blue.
I knew she'd work it magic on her dad. I knew
it's electric blue.
So, talking about tails. So what you said you were going to talk about tails. Let's talk about tails. So, what is your advice on that? What is your take on?
The main thing with tails, you have to be so careful with them because you have to get the right training. Which there are sea safety courses out there.
Totally.
Which is...
It's hard to swim with a thing like a tail on, isn't it?
Yeah, but I'm also self-taught.
Yeah, and the sea's dangerous. You shouldn't muck about, should you?
No.
You need training.
This is the whole point of why I'm also here today, is that if you do get a tail, that is no problem, but you really have to be careful.
Yeah, you really have to. You should get a training course and be good at swimming and have the right, the right qualifications.
Because yes, you have your tail, but not just within that. Inside your tail is a thing called a monofin.
Yeah.
If that is basically where your feet are together within two foot holders.
Yeah.
If that is like incorrect, and you do not have a right finger inside, you will literally not be alive.
If won't be able to swim because it'll. Yeah, absolutely, I'm with you. So nobody needs to muck about doing this. And don't buy. I guess you're going to also say to Jess, don't buy some rubbishy cheap.
No,
if it's too.
There are so many people who copy tails.
Yeah,
and it's not
old tail
right.
that's just cheap on eBay.
Right, yeah, and that is not what to go for.
No.
You need to go for these proper companies, otherwise you could end up in trouble. And if you do not get the right training, I will give you a place now. Aqua City do them, and they do the Mermaid SSI courses, which I are being a part of.
Wow.
Which gives me the sea safety training for me to go out and be with my group, which I will then talk about in a minute.
Okay.
But yeah, this whole thing is to be
safety. Don't, what's that saying? If it looks too good to be true, then it probably is. No buying cheap, nasty tails. You got to buy proper ones. You got to have proper training. Listen to Jess; she knows what she's talking about.
Definitely get a fabric, and they are from Finfolk and Mer Taylor. But they also do not just them, but within those two companies, if you do have the money and you do want to get a silicone tail, they do provide them.
Nice, and they're expensive.
Yes.
So it's not something you should go into without thinking about. Right, Toby, do you think it's time for another record? We've done tails, right? Hang on a minute. What did she choose? Michael Jackson. Why did you choose? I know the answer to this, but why Beat It?
Because it is a very catchy song.
It's a fantastic song.
And it's got a good beat to it.
It's fantastic. It's amazing. There you go. So that was Michael Jackson. Haven't heard Michael Jackson in a long time. I got Jess with me. I've got Toby on the buttons. Toby, Jess is going to talk about bras now. How do you feel about that? So, Jess, we've done the tail. What are you wearing on top?
You can either choose any top or piece of fabric you would like.
Yep.
But at the moment, I am designing one which is a bra with shells and a bit of netting.
She
with a
said
bit of
bra
foliage.
on radio, Toby.
So I am designing that at the moment because I will be going to Pen Clinic.
Oh, to talk to the children?
Yes, and make their day.
Nice.
Of going in and talking to them and putting a bit of glitter and the smiles on their faces.
So, without being rude, I'm guessing you've got to have a fairly big bra because you can't have too much on display with kids, can you?
No. But I do have other jackets and things that go over the top if I get cold or anything like that.
And what are you wearing on your head?
A lovely wig.
Great.
Well,
you've got nice hair already, though, haven't you?
Some people just have their natural hair when they do it. But for me to be Sapphire, I look completely different.
Got to look the part. Absolutely. Do you know what? It sounds amazing. It sounds really, really good. And I hope when you get it together, we'll maybe we'll come back and talk about it when it's up and running. But it sounds fantastic. Most important thing is what you said about don't muck about in the sea unless you know what you're doing.
Yeah,
just
definitely do it. But as long as you do it safely.
Totally. So let's talk about what you do at Work Your Way. So you've been at Work Your Way since September. So what you doing currently? Tell me about Work Your Way.
So at the moment, I am currently looking for a garden centre that would take me on.
Absolutely. Any garden centres out there?
Yes, please. If there is any local garden centres near Newquay that are listening in on this, to please take me on because, yes, I may have cerebral palsy, but I can do nearly everything you can think of. So it doesn't really stop me from doing gardening at all.
No.
So please take me on.
Even if it's as a volunteer to start with, she can prove what she can do.
Yes, please. So I am working on garden centres at the moment, which is the main thing I would love to do, carrying on my gardening.
Don't you? Yeah.
And expressing that and showing people this other side of gardening.
Totally.
But I'm also working on my mermaid business and getting it up so I can do parties and events.
Yeah. But you'd like to, you'd be happy to work in a garden centre, wouldn't you?
I would love to work in a garden centre.
What is your absolute favourite bit of gardening? What?
Just seeing the plants from being a seed to knowing that you've done something good.
You garden at home?
Yes.
Yeah. Are you in charge of the garden at home?
not in charge of it, but I do.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I
grow strawberries for my budgies.
Oh, I love strawberries. You got budgies?
Yeah, for budgies.
Oh.
And pea shoots for my budgies.
How many budgies you got?
I've got 2 blue ones, and they're called Snowy and Sky.
Oh, that's so nice. You've got dogs.
Dogs and
Guinea pigs and budgies. You two have got it covered. I've got little Spud. Well, I think so. You're enjoying Work Your Way.
I'm loving it, and I just wanting to get out there
Yeah.
and show a company, if they'll take me on,
That you can do it. Yeah, you should. That's absolutely right, Jess. The message is really strong. That doesn't matter what disability you got. You're just as capable as anyone else. You might have to change things up a little bit to adapt around it, but you can still do just the same. And you can be a gardener, no problem at all. And Toby's going to be. You're going to be a media star, aren't you? Yeah, doing the buttons at the radio. So, it's been lovely talking to you about mermaiding, but let's talk about your fundraising and your Merpod and all that. Let's end in that, so if people wanted to kind of get involved, they could. So tell me all about that.
I'm a part of Newquay Merpod, which is a mermaid group in Newquay.
No way! There's a mermaid group. That is amazing. That is amazing.
We do wash-ups, which means that we literally swim from one side of the harbour. It is most of the time Newquay Harbour, but we do swim around every place else. But we swim from one side to another, and we come up and see the kids on the
And they don't know you're coming?
No, they don't know that we're coming. Only the parents half the time if they've got social media, and they don't tell the children that we're on our way, and they come.
That is awesome.
And when they come and see us, they'll be all gathered down on the beach, and we'll come up, and it's like, oh my goodness,
yeah, that's exciting.
So we love to keep the magic, and it's all about the magic.
And how many are you in the Mer group?
Merpod? There's about 5 of us. It is slowly growing.
Yeah. Mermaids is like big news. Everybody's really into it, really loving it.
In America and Florida, it is a very, very, very big thing.
Yeah.
But it is growing down in Cornwall and Newquay. So if anybody does want me for a birthday party or event, please get back in contact.
So, Jess, that's the good point. So, we don't give out phone numbers on the radio, but you can give out, if you're happy to, you could give out an email address or a website or something like that. Yeah. So have you got any way somebody could contact you, or would you like them to do it through Work Your Way?
Either you could contact Work Your Way, or I do have an email.
Okay, so you can get a hold of Work Your Way, or we have a Facebook page called Work Your Way, and message them on here and say, you know, it's a message for Jess, and the staff will pass that on to Jess. Or
I have Jessica Worthington, all in lowercase, 96@gmail.com.
So that's Jessica with 2 S's, JESSICA .Worthington.
No dot.
Oh, Jessica Worthington at Gmail.
96@gmail.com.
Forget it. Jessica Worthington 96 at gmail.com. Or you can catch us through the website. On Facebook, the Work Your Way Facebook page. I'm going to play Phil Collins, and then we're going to have one last word with Jess, and then that'll be us done for the day. Toby, could you please play In the Air Tonight? So, my lovely, we have talked about just about everything. So, fundraising. You got some shouts out to give for companies that you've been working with and events that are coming up. So over you go.
I would like to give out a bit of a shout out to Brand 88 in Newquay, as if you see the film today, I have got a blue hoodie on with my own.
Turn and face this camera here.
I have got my own hoodie on.
Yeah, step back a bit. That's it. You can see it. Yep, got it.
And it is my own design, which I have designed on a piece of paper and coloured it in.
Nice.
And done everything like that. And I give the designs to Brand 88, and they make it come true.
Big up Brand 88.
So if anybody is just wanting a customised hoodie that they want on their own, please go to them.
Right.
But the other thing is that is coming up at the moment in August is Geek Fest, which is everybody who likes to dress up as to superheroes,
Yeah,
to
comic
Marvel
book.
characters, to DC characters, to anime, anything dress up, is happening in August. And it is the 26th, 27th and 28th at Heartlands in Redroof.
Yeah. Would you
The
go as
Quarry Mine
mermaids?
place.
Are the mermaids
Yes.
going to go?
We have just got to get confirmation from our main person who's setting it up with us.
So what will you do? Will you sit by the river bit, or will you?
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. of
We
course you
sit
will. 'Cause you've
round
got to
by
be
the lake.
water, haven't you?
We sit round by the lake, and either if it's a nice, really hot day, we will get in and just love to swim because it is quite shallow,
Well,
but it's enough to swim in.
Let me tell you something, Jess. I've been going in the sea in my swimsuit first thing in the morning, and it is so cold. No mermaids swimming in that, I can tell you. It is
There's
cold.
some freshwater. There is some. I know.
It is cold. Anyway, you'll be by the lake at Heartlands. In
And
August?
Yeah, in August for 3 days. I
Nice.
may not be there, but we're there as a group. So if anybody wants some mermaid magic, a bit of face glitter, a bit
Face
of a tour.
glitter. There
bit
will
of a
be a
tour.
mermaid presence at Heartlands in August. How about that?
So yes, there are some. And if you want also to find out any more on that, please come back yet again to my email or back to Work Your Way to find out a bit more if we have anything else going on. Or visit the Nuki Mer Pod Facebook or their Instagram and they can let you know as well.
So that's Nuki Mer Pod, as in pod of dolphins.
Yes.
Yeah. And you are Jessica. You do it this time.
Jessica Worthington 96 at gmail.com. But I do have Instagram accounts. Sapphire the Mermaid.
Wow.
Amber the Autumn Mermaid and Spirit the Mermaid. 19 the Mermaid. So there are 3 accounts if you do want to look and see what I have put on there. But if anybody does want a mermaid for an event or a party, please get in contact.
Yeah. So Jess Worthington 96 at gmail.com. Got it right this time. Work Your Way Facebook page. Leave a message. The staff will make sure that Jess gets it. Instagram.
Yep.
You've got all the mermaids on Instagram, and then the Merpool, Nuki Merpool.
Merpod.
Jess, it's been fascinating. I wish you all the very best in being a mermaid. I think
if there's any garden centres that
want to
want
give you a job,
please.
please, same contacts. You'd love to work in a garden centre, wouldn't you?
Yes.
Jess, it's been fantastic. I've really enjoyed having you on. Come on again. Toby, you've been great with the buttons again.
Yeah.
You'll come on again, won't
Yeah.
you? And we're going to end on your last song, which was Eminem.
Yeah, I do like a bit of Eminem, real some shady.
Right. Thank you, Jess. We're off.